account means accounts receivable. So when you receive cash, cash increase or decrease?
Increase.
And when your customer paid you, your customer data gonna be decrease or increase, or your customer decrease or increase?
Decrease.
Right, because they pay their debt. So decrease in account receivable is the decrease in asset. Decrease in asset means
Credit.
here we go. So decrease in asset means credit, increase in asset mean debit. Of course, you know my next point is going to be pronouncing this entry. Entry would be cash to account receivable. Now we are using account receivable here. If there is a name, for example, received 1,000 from CIP, then we know that CIP is our client, our customer. So we can say that cash to CIP. So as an accountant, I already know that CIP is our customer. Why? Because we are receiving cash from our customer. We are not paying back. If Jordan is our supplier, if I say that paid Jordan 1,000 on account, so then we don't have to use the word account payable. We can use Jordan name. The entry would be like Jordan to cash, because in this entry, you can say that Jordan is receiving cash and our cash is coming down. So it means Jordan must be our supplier. Jordan must be our liability, right? So this is now adding different flavors to the questions. Okay. Here we go. So cash is received, cash is increased, cash is coming here on the debit side. Right? Now, sold land for cash at land cost 22,000. Jordan, your question, previous question, right? So sold land for cash 22,000. Now, this word is very appealing. So most of the students, they think that this is revenue. Answer is no, because your main course of business is to sell automobile services. This is not the sales. So you sold your land and you receive cash. So it means they're going to be cash and land account. So you receive cash, cash is going to be increased. When you sell the land, land is going to be decreased. So can you make the entry here? What is the entry?
Cash to land.
Well done. Means so cash to land. 22,000, 22,000. Right? And you just post it here, 22,000 gonna be here. Right? And this is the land. Land, I think land we already have the account before, in which we, I think we purchased 40,000 of land, right? It's going to be like here, right? So you, since land is credited, so it would be written on the credit side. So now, from now on, if I don't write credit here or debit here, so you obviously know that the left hand side is debit, right hand side is credit, right? Or you can say that this is the increase side, this is the decrease side of the asset account. On liability side, this is the increase side, this is the decrease side. This is called credit, this is called debit, right? So that's why I'm saying that if you don't, don't be confused yourself. Just remember remember this: on the left side there is debit, on the right side there is credit. So if I don't write next time debit and credit here, so this automatically means that there is a debit here, there is a credit here. Now answer this question: declared and paid dividend of 2100 to the shareholders. Declared and paid dividend 2100 to stockholders.
Can we say like account payable?
Which two accounts? First of all,
That
forget
is
this. Which two accounts?
a liability, right?
Which one you consider liability?
Liability is for the dividend. Oh, dividend is for the stockholder.
Right? Dividend is not the liability. Dividend is the stockholder equity.
Yes.
So which two accounts are going to hit from this transaction? You paid what?
Dividend
2100.
2100.
100 is your cash.
Hmm.
And you paid what? Dividend is a separate account, dividend. Right?
Yes.
So when you pay cash, cash decrease or increase?
Decrease.
Right? When you pay dividend, dividend increase or decrease?
Increase.
So what is the entry here? Increase in dividend means debit or credit?
Increase in dividend is how to say credit, right?
How credit?
Oh no, debit. Sorry.
Because increase in dividend decrease your stockholder equity. So decrease in stockholder equity will be debited. Or I gave you the exception. If you don't understand the increase or decrease rule, just remember that expenses and dividend are always debited.
Okay.
Why this is automatically zoomed? Okay. Okay. Here we go. So what will be the entry here? Dividend increase mean debit, cash decrease mean credit. Entry would be dividend to cash. If we post it, right? Any question regarding this entry? Junpyo?
Sir, I don't really get why dividend is plus because you paid for it. So
Okay.
the stockholders are getting the money, right?
Yep.
So it's out of your account, right?
Okay. Again, what are the dividends? Junpyo, what are the dividends? What is the
Money
dividend?
the company have to give to the stockholders.
Yes, you share the profit to the stockholders, right? So money is going out from the business to its owners, right? We are not dealing, we are not making this account, the journal account or ledger accounts with respect to the owners. We are making this entry with respect to the business. So Friday Auto Service is a business, not a person, right? So from business, money is going out, right? And
Yes.
distributed to the owners, right? So profit is distributed to the owners, right? It means profit is also going down and shared to its owners, and also cash is going out from the business, right, to its owners. So we are right now doing all this accounting with perspective of business, not with the owners. Junpyo, you understand?
Yes, now I get it.
So business paid cash to the owners. How business will record this transaction? So business paid the cash, cash is decreased. To its owners, what? Dividend, right? So you see, dividend is decreased from the stockholder equity. It's not plus number, it's a decreased number.
Oh,
So,
yes, now I get it.
so it's inherent in the dividend, its nature is negative, right? So if dividend, even if the dividend is increased, we paid 2100, it's automatically going to be decreasing the stockholder equity. So that's why if dividend decrease, it's not credit, it's always debit. Why? Because dividend is going to decrease the stockholder equity. So decrease in stockholder equity, always debit. Junpyo.
Now I get it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay, nice. So we post this entry here, and now comes to the posting. What do we mean? What do we mean by posting? So we already post all this stuff here, right? It means this page is showing you all the individual accounts, but something is different here. You see this balance, this balance, this balance, right? Where this come from? We call this closing the account. We already finished all the entries, 11 entries we finished. And then we call this closing the accounts. Now we need to close this account. For example, month, only 11 transaction was in month of April. Now we need to close this account for month of April. How we are going to close? We balance it out. And how we balance it out? We add all these. So let's just talk about this dividend. How we close this account? So the answer is 2100 here. 2100 must be here. It means we need to balance it out. And how we balance it? The greater amount should be balanced out. Where we write down the balance, in theory, or if you see the equation word, we should write down 1100 here, so 1200 here, so that this equation is balanced. But in accounting, how we are going to write it down here? We write it down here as, if we write it down the 21 here, this would be balanced. Let me change the color here. So this would be like 2100 is balanced. But this 2100, we put it by balance, and we call this balance carry forward. So balance, dividend balance would be 2100 from the next start of the month. So all this logic, if you don't understand that, just remember this one, that which one is the greater side, balance would be written over there. So greater side is 2100, so balance going to be 2100 on the debit side. So where the 33,000 came from this cash account, you balance it out. It means